Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to self-host an artifact repository using Sonatype Nexus. So what is an artifact repository? Well, you're probably familiar with the open source artifact repositories for libraries such as npm, Maven, PyPy, and even Docker Hub. So artifact repositories can be used for open source libraries, and they can also be used for closed source artifacts. This means that in your CI/CD pipeline, when you build an artifact, you can store that artifact in the artifact repository. That way you have version control of your actual builds, and if you do need to revert to a previous version, you just deploy it from your artifact repository. You don't have to rebuild it from previous commit on your code version control. So what's great about self-hosting your own repository is you can get used to publishing libraries, but in your own, home server environment, which is really nice. Especially if you are creating multiple projects, you can make sure that any reusable code that you have between projects is isolated into its own library that you can then publish to your self-hosted repository, and then you can utilize that as a dependency in your other projects. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a Maven repository, and I'll also show you how to get started up with setting up your own Docker Hub. So what would be cool about that? You can create your own full stack application Dockerized into a container, but it's private on your own server. And then if you need to deploy it elsewhere, you can simply, move it from your repository to wherever it needs to go. So very cool. First thing that we'll need to do is install Docker, because we're going to deploy this within a Docker container. So let's go ahead and install Docker. Find the right deployment for you. If you do want to deploy this on Windows, you can do that. Just install Docker Desktop. I'm going to choose my distribution here, which I'm using Ubuntu. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just follow these instructions. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. Okay, we're going to copy and paste. And then let's test out hello world to make sure that it is installed, and we can see hello for Docker. So we have Docker installed now. The next thing we need to do is create a directory for our Sonatype Nexus repository. So I'm going to do this in my user directory here. So just to kind of visualize it, let's say Docker, and then come in here, and then I'm going to create a new folder called Nexus. So we need to create a docker-compose file. I'm going to go over to my website at thomaswildtech.com, go to home server, I'm going to go to Sonatype Nexus, and then I'm going to copy this docker-compose.yml file, and we are going to create that in here. Let's cd into Docker Nexus. And then I'm going to create this file. So this is going to be docker-compose.yml and paste it here. And I'm going to change the volume here because I'm not going to mount this to my RAID drive, which is what I had done before. Let's just go ahead and do it in a Docker volume called Nexus data. And then we're going to change the port to 8081. This is where our web app and API are going to run. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up a second port for Docker Hub, for our own Docker Hub, if we want to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and set that to 8085. Now you can set this to whatever you want, really. You'll configure that in the web application. And then I'm going to go ahead and write this out, and we're good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and try taking this up. So I'm going to go sudo docker compose up detached. And this may take a little while the very first time that you run this because it has to actually pull the whole application. Okay, and we are up and running. So we have the web application started up. So we've made it into our own Sonatype Nexus repository. Now we need to sign in as admin. And to do this, we need to get an admin password. And it actually tells us right here, your admin user password is located here on the server. So we need to get this location from that volume that we mounted. So let's go grab that. Let me check the name of our Docker container. So I'm going to do sudo docker ps, and the name of our container is nexus1. So we're going to do sudo docker, and then we're going to say nexus-1 cat nexus data admin password. Okay, so this is our guy. This is what we want right here. Gonna go ahead and copy this. And then we're gonna go back to Sonatype and type in admin and then paste that in there. Sign in. And now we're signed in as admin. So now we can go ahead and create a new password. I'll just create one called Nexus and confirm. Okay, and we want to disable anonymous access. We want to have full control over our users, so we can create users with specific permissions to our repository. So let's see if we can go ahead and create a Maven repository here. And it looks like we already have Maven configured for us. So we have our own hosted Maven releases and snapshots. So what I'm going to do now is have just a simple demo Java library on my local computer that I'm going to publish to this Maven repository that's running on Nexus Sonatype on my server, which is really just in a virtual machine running on my computer. First, I want to make sure that I have a firewall rule enabling 8081. So let's go ahead and check that out. Sudo ufw status. And let's go ahead and enable that. And we're gonna allow 8081. So we're good to go there. Let's type in IP address show so that we can see what the IP address for our server is. So this is what we're going to actually connect to in our build.gradle file. So let me go ahead and write that down, 192.168.4.173. Okay, so now I'm gonna get out of my server and head over to a Java library here. Now, when working with Gradle, we are gonna use the Maven publish plugin. That's gonna allow us to publish our library into a Maven repository. And we will configure the publishing task here. So I like to just use variables that are in my gradle.properties file, and that way, I can just kind of copy and paste this block between projects. And in the gradle.properties, we're just going to specify the group name, our POM artifact ID, and the version, and then additional POM information. Now, the main portion for publishing our library is going to be in this block, the repositories. And here we're configuring a Maven repository with a URL and credentials. So, typically I like to store this in either an environmental variable or my user gradle.properties file. In this case, let's just go ahead and hard code these values in just to kind of demonstrate what this would look like. So what we're going to do here, instead of the Nexus URL, let's just go ahead and we're going to comment that out. And this is going to be, so let's make sure we can connect to it. Let's grab in that IP address, and then this is going to be the 8081 port 173. So cool. Okay, we can connect from our workstation computer to our server just through the local network. So that is what we're going to try to connect to here. So the URL is going to be, and then the actual publish repository, we're just going to base this based on the version. So if the version has snapshot in it, then we're going to go to the Maven snapshots repository. And if it doesn't, then we're going to go to the Maven releases repository. So we can test that out as well. Now, the only other thing is that the publish plugin is going to say, hey, this is not an SSL protected domain, and we will just have to put in an exception for that. So I'll show you that in just a second. So for the user, I'm just going to duplicate this and comment it out. and this is going to be admin, and then the password was Nexus. So this library, I just have 4 static methods for add, subtract, multiply, divide. Pretty easy. Let's go ahead and see if we can publish this. So it should spit out an error saying that that's not SSL protected. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. Go to our tasks and go to publishing, and then we're just going to do publish. So it says insecure protocols, and all we're going to do is just throw this in here, allow insecure protocol equals true. So let's try this again. Let's check our version real quick. So I have it at 11. Let's just change this to 11.0.0, and let's rerun publish. And we just forgot to put repository in our URL. So the URL needs to have /repository, and let's try publishing this again. There we go. So it looks like it published. Let's actually check out our repository. So let's go back here, go to server contents, and we're gonna go to browse, and then let's look at the Maven releases here. And there you go. You can see, here we go. This is our whole package, and this is the application. We can see the Java doc, sources, jar, and Palm. So now we can reference this library as a dependency in another project library. Let's go ahead and just try a snapshot real quick as well. So let's change this to 11.0.1 snapshot, and let's publish it again. So this time we can come here, and then let's hop back to our Maven snapshots. And now you can see we have the 11.0.1 snapshot. So 2 different repositories. So let's create an application which is going to reference this library from the repository. So let me show you how to do that. Go to new project and call this demo app, and let's put this somewhere else. So this is going to go into demos, Java, Gradle, 11 is fine, and Groovy. We're going to create this guy, and let's do this in a new window. Let this build the project real quick. Let's add application and refresh this. So let's create a package in here, new package, com.thomaswildtech, say demo app, sure. And then let's create just a main class, add this to Git repository, and then create a entry point, static void main, string args. And let's configure the application block here. So go application, and this will be main class equals com.thomaswildtech.demoapp.main. And let's just go ahead and do a hello world here. Sync this since we changed the build.gradle. And let's see if we can run this guy. So application run. And we got our hello world. So let's configure our dependencies. So we're going to come into build.gradle, and we have repository. So we're going to create a new repository. And this is basically going to be the same as what we published to before. So let's see that Maven block all the way down here. Okay, so we're going to grab this guy. And let's go ahead and configure this right in front. Now, the publish repository, we'll just go ahead and define this. So this is going to be this guy right here. So we'll say that /repository. And this will be /Maven releases. Okay, and then now let's add that dependency. So remember what our group name was? Group name was com.wildtechsolutions. So we're gonna say implementation group com.wildtechsolutions. And then this is the name of the artifact, which was demo. That's all it is. So let's throw that in there. And then the version is 11.0.0. Okay, so let's see if we can refresh this guy. Oops, we kind of messed up there. Okay, let's try refreshing this again. Okay, let's go ahead and try doing, let's see here. Will result equals easy math dot add, let's say 5 and 3. And we'll just say this. So let's try running the app again. So we're gonna come to our Gradle tasks, go to application, and here we go. So we are running our application with the library that we configured with our Maven repository right here. So guys, now you know how to publish your own Java libraries into your Nexus repository. Now you can configure other repositories like PyPy or NPM, and this will allow you to kind of build your own infrastructure for your projects and have it very well organized. Now, if you don't want to use the allow insecure protocol, follow the link right above. You can see how to configure pretty much any self-hosted website to be accessible from the web, including this Sonatype Nexus. So you can set up Nginx and actually use a domain instead of the IP address :8081. If you want to see how to containerize this application and actually publish it to your own Docker hub, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks.